unfortunately, my last story got a good response. So, fuck. So here's another one. Awkward sex stories with Adam. So I'm not into threesomes, just so you know, not for me, dude. If I want to disappoint two people at once, I listen to my parents. But tag teaming girls, on the other hand, you know, I mean, it's happened a time or two. I'm not gay. I didn't, touch his penis. We didn't fucking tape our wieners together and make the letter H and stare into each other's eyes. Except for one time, and there was no girl there, so that's not even. I'm just kidding. Fuck my life. Anyway, so here's a story, dude. This is about a terrible, terrible place called Manaway. Actually, the story's not about that. It just takes place there, or Mantua, if you will, if you're not from Utah. It's a place between Brigham City and Logan, and allegedly we've partied there. Anyway, long story short, actually, there's still quite a bit to this story. I was at a party, dude, and there was this girl who was gorgeous. I still stand by that. She's absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous. She had Betty Page bangs and all this stuff, and I was like, fucking A, dude. She's sitting by herself, and no one's talking to her. And I'm like, I'm not going to talk to her either, because, like, obviously she's got a muscle man boyfriend, like Rex Kwando or some shit. So I'm not going to fucking talk to this girl. Anyway, so I drink a bunch of whiskey sours. So I talk to this girl, right? And I'm like, hey, I like your Betty Page bangs. She's like, I was like, what's your name? She's like, my name's Betty. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's what? Okay. And she's like, and like, she was eating it up. Like, she's like, was chopping it up with me. And I was like, a girl I can remember her name because her name is Betty, and she has Betty Page bangs. And she's super sexy, and she's into me. So immediately I panic. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? And I like was saying like all sorts of dumb shit. Like, my dad is a fucking car. I don't know what I was saying, but it's something I'm sure just lied my ass off to her. But either way, regardless of what I said, she wanted the D, dude. And I was like, oh my god, dude, let me go smoke a cigarette. And then she like slipped out. I was like, why? Can't you just talk to me? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll meet you downstairs on the love sack. And she's like, okay. And like, she goes downstairs, right? And anyway, I'm out there and I'm smoking a cigarette, and like, I was out there giving myself a pep talk. Like, this is the hottest fucking girl you ever seen in your whole life. You gotta get her pregnant, dude, or she's never gonna see you again, blah, 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 And just then, my buddy comes out, and who will remain nameless in this story, actually, because he's a really good friend of mine, and he's got his life on track, and I don't want to fuck it up by involving him in this story. So, anyway, this fella comes out to me and is like, drunker than fuck. Like, dude, you're gonna go to bed with Betty. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know, right? What the fuck? Like, and he goes, do you mind if I get in on that? And I was like, okay, I mean, I guess, I don't know. This was the MySpace time, so like, shit was weird, And but like, I mean, it was better back then, obviously. Like, rest in peace, MySpace. Thanks for all the free sex and stuff. And the top 8, dude. I think the top 8 should be a real thing still, because I knew exactly where I stood in all my friends' lives, and I really missed that. But anyway, back to the story. So I go downstairs, and I'm like sitting on this love sack, and I'm making out with Betty, right? And she's actually a really good kisser, by the way. Oh, she's all, it was good. Anywho, fucking, my buddy comes in and swings the door open, and he's got his shirt off already, and I don't know what happened upstairs, but his shirt was off, and he comes in and goes, this isn't where I parked my car. And it was, I mean, if you're old like me, there was a movie called Euro Trip, and that was like the funniest line in that movie. And it killed, dude. Like, I started laughing my ass off, and Betty didn't even pay attention. I don't have a passport, but we definitely went to Paris that evening, if you know what I mean. Like, Eiffel Tower. We made the old wobbly H. Anyway, fucking, she's fellatiing me, and if you never tag team a chick, it's kind of like getting laid and hanging out with your best friend at the same time. It's really, really rad, actually. And like, I'm sitting there all dramatic, and like the homies back there like fucking going all weird, sweaty gorilla style, like whatever. And I will never forget this moment in my life. He goes to like pull her hair, right? He goes all dramatic, like whips it around his hand. And you ever seen like a fucking magician pull a tablecloth off the table? and I just felt skin, like Uncle Fester head, dude. And we both stopped.
It was at this
and
moment
I see
he
the
knew
color from his body.
he fucked up.
He's got this wig draping from his fucking hand, and it's the color left his entire body, dude. Like his whole body seen a ghost, saw a ghost. I don't know. Anyway, I was just like, is there balls back there? Like, what is going on? You know? And then I like, no one told us that she had cancer, which is really sad, you know. And it was super awkward, and then it was just silent, so silent. And then I heard the most glorious noise in the world. She just tried to play it off, and me and my homie just looked at each other like, the eye of determination. And we just fucking went to town. And then we're like, oh well, I gotta go. Like I just knocked down this girl's fucking throat. Unless my mom's watching, then I didn't do that. I went home like a decent person. Anyway, but assume my mom's not watching. So anyway, I do my thing, and then we're like, well, look at the time. I got a job all of a sudden. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Blah, 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 excuse, peace. And we actually end up stealing a car of a kid who now is a fucking sheriff, dude. But anyway, just to go home. And we were all mad at our friends. We're like, what the fuck? Why didn't anyone tell us she has cancer? That's fucked up. We're like chain smoking cigarettes on the way home. And now it all makes sense why she must have thought it was disgusting I was gonna smoke a cigarette and all this. Anyway, long story short, again, like 2 or 3 years after that, dude, I was at the Brigham City Walmart, and this girl, she was fucking hot, dude, and she had like little short, like just like a buzzed head, but she was like a hot one, like Natalie Portman when she does that shit. Anyway, she goes, oh, stiletto. I'm like, hey, random girl. And she like hugged me, and it was Betty, kid. And she's like, I'm in remission, blah blah blah, like all this. So anyway, I'm not a doctor, but Betty, if you're still doing good, I hope you're good. I hope you're all right out there. But like, I meet a girl, she has cancer. It's just down her throat. She doesn't have cancer. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I mean, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Anyway, that one was a doozy. One of the most awkward moments of my entire life, and it's also the best magic show I've ever seen. So, anyway, see ya.